I don't know the meaning. What's the meaning of that word?
I understand what you mean. I understand. I know
That
exactly
is
where you're going.
another distraction. There's nothing like unity. Oh, United
I understand.
States of America. How united is it?
I know. That's the part that blows my mind.
Oh, the United Nations.
Right. How
Isn't
united?
that where you have Iraq and you have America?
Yeah.
Tell me where the unity is. I know sons in my own family. My brother was angry with my father, and he didn't see him till he died because he was angry. Is that unity you're trying to build? I'm sure you know many sisters. I don't even talk to them.
It's a family on a micro level.
On a
Family,
micro
with the
level.
families,
Yeah.
there's no. I don't.
When you forget
In my own family.
when your family,
In my own family.
there's not one family that doesn't have.
any of this
This
kind of
unity.
things.
Mhm.
So what do you mean unity? And then you want to unite 1.2 billion people. Africa, unite, senseless, no brain. African, create wealth.
If you notice, even with the
It is only when we create wealth. And that is what America does. Recently, America gave everybody for $4,000
yes,
free cash.
yes.
That's my don't joke. I'm the father. You need to bring my own.
Bring it back.
$2,000. Give me. I'm telling you. America understands that.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure now. Peruski. What's her name?
Pelosi.
Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi.
Pelosi now realized that she's not really a full-blown American with what happened at the
Insurrection.
in the insurrection.
Okay.
He now realized that there's some white people that are not white.
That was a wake-up call for a whole lot of people.
Wake up call. They now
Yeah.
realize that there's been a lot of silence,
A lot of silence.
cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded. That's why they won't give up their guns. They
Yeah.
won't give up their guns.
Yeah.
Because they understand
Yeah.
that that's their power.
Yeah.
That's why. But they have us, the so-called Black Americans,
Yeah.
wanting to give away our guns
Yeah.
for the sake
So
of
my position is, if you want to be black, I'm not going to fight you. I am not angry with you. My focus is very simple. My focus is my focus.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be going my way.
Oh, wait.
Whoever I feel can fall into that, fantastic, we grow together. I believe that no human being is black. I believe that every human being must have an identity. If you say Russian, I know you are from Russia. If you say Chinese, I know you're from China. If you say Indian, I know you are from India.
Yeah.
But if you say black, where are you
How do
from?
you want to qualify that?
And I think in kind of putting into context what a lot of people feel is because they don't know anything else. All they know is the Black experience,
Yes.
and they were called Negro, Black, Colored, and then African American is like a new thing that came along in the past 30 years. So you have these people who are trying, because what British colonization did, which was different than Portuguese and French, British colonization stripped the identity down to the point where you have these brown bodies with white minds, but they're still demonized for their Africanness. So you grow up in an environment where they're judging you based upon their standards, but you have innate tendencies that they say are wrong. And so then you begin to hate your innate tendencies and features and cultures. Now you aspire to want to be everything that they said. So you spend your whole life trying to reach the height of what they have said is right, while dismissing the very essence of what you create. It's like you created, but then you sell it to them, hoping for them to validate you. And then when they don't validate you, you're like, I want to make it in your world. I want I need you to approve of me. And that's what a lot of so-called Black people are dealing with. and that's why they reject Africa, because they're and then the thievery of how they come in and take everything. The colonizers come and take everything from Africa, then turn around and create these charities. They say, we're coming back to save you and rescue you. It was I did a talk about, there's this highway in Ghana called George W. Bush Highway, and it shocked me when I saw it, because I was like, why is George W. Bush Highway in Ghana? So a lot of Ghanaians came. He was a great friend of our president. He went to school with him and he dearly loved him. So I kept hearing this dearly loved, dearly loved, dearly loved. I said, I understand that's programmed. That's how people are programmed. So what I said if America paid Ghana what it owes Ghana, it would not need the aid that George W. Bush supposedly influenced Congress to loan to Ghana for the building of this highway. I said, if these countries pay, all of the countries in West Africa, wherever, what they owe them, then there would be no need for all of these aid campaigns. And I said, so when we start waking up to seeing, like you talked about the natural resources, they're paying nothing. But yet you go, but I said in
They
America,
take our oil, crude oil.
take the oil.
They refine it, bring it back, and sell it to us 20 times
Yes.
the cost.
In my mind, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, I would not see this in America had I not come here.
Yeah.
I would not see, I would think, let me go over there and help the poor people in Africa. And I come here and I'm like, they have everything. They got the cocoa on the trees,
yes.
the
You know,
mangoes.
The worst thing that can happen to you, man, the worst thing that can happen to you in life is to try and answer calls where you're not called.
Trying to answer calls where you're not called. That's real. A lot of people do that.
That is what you were saying. Let me use American football as an example.
All right.
You know, they have a letter H.
Yeah.
Where the ball goes through it, it's a goal.
Yeah.
And you score 3 points.
That's right. Field goal.
Field goal. If you are a spectator in a high school match, and that ball suddenly hits your head, and it goes through that letter H, is it a goal? You are not part of the players. You are a spectator.
Yeah.
Right.
And the ball hits your head.
Right.
Before you know.
And it goes through and with the referee blow that it's a goal.
It'll be out of
If not,
bounds.
It's out of bounds.
It's out of bounds.
Because you are not part of the players.
Right.
You can't score.
If you're not in the game.
You're not in the
Yes.
game.
Not in
It's
the
not your game. You are not part of the players. You are just trying to be part of the game.
You're a spectator.
Yes,
You're a
spectator.
fan. You're watching.
You're watching. No. You can't be, unless you put on a jersey and you have a particular helmet and you're a major part of that game. If you score, it's not a goal. Our brothers in the United States of America have not seen that they are not in the game.
really?
They're not in the game. They're spectators.
Say it again. Say it again. So you're saying that your brothers in the U.S.
They're not in the game.
They're not in the game, and they're spectators.
They're spectators.
So how do they get in the game?
Very simple. They should get in the game the way the Jews got in the game.
And how did they do
How
it?
did they do it?
By creating their own game.
Ah.
Now we do have some who are creating that starting to, that some are waking up to that.
Yeah.
Some are saying,
Creating
hey,
their own game. And then bringing the expertise and the gains of those games back to the United States of America to empower themselves. They have 2 legs, but they are standing on 1 leg, so they are unstable.
So where do they begin to, how do they even develop to be able to create the game? Because some people, they don't even know that there's a game. They don't even realize they're in.
How did you do it?
I was very intentional. I educated myself. And I stopped for a moment and I looked at the stuff around me.
Then you start rubbing off on everybody you can rub off on. And start doing practical things.
That they can see. And something that they can.
Exactly like what you're doing. That's what I keep saying to you.
Came right back to that. Yeah.
I'm back to that.
And I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Think about it, Jay. What would it take anyone in America? I have 65 acres here, 1,000 acres across the road.
Okay.
I have 98 hectares of land in Ethiopia where I'm building.
And Ethiopia as well.
Yeah. I have the governor of Grand Bassam in Côte d'Ivoire just left here.
Yes, I saw the banner.
You saw the banner. We have almost 20 locations to develop there. I have in Kotonkafi, 45 minutes from Abuja, another maybe 98 hectares of land.
Is that the equivalent of acres?
No, there are 4 plots.
4 plots.
No, 6 plots
Okay.
in an acre.
6 plots in 1.
6 plots in 1 acre.
And there is 3 acres in 1 hectare.
So now you multiply, you have 98 hectares, and so that would amount to 3 acres per hectare. So now you're talking almost 300 acres.
Yes.
Got it. Got it. Put that together kind of quick.
Now, think about me owning that in Miami Beach.
Oh yeah.
Is it possible? Is it possible in California? I brought some friends from the USA. Just this, only Bill Gates can own this 300 beachfront property. Just this. He's not talking. I didn't tell him about it.
Just this alone, where we are right now.
Where we are right now. He said, only Bill Gates in California can have this kind of beachfront property. If I had sat in America, I'll be paying mortgage, I'll be watching flat screen TVs, and I'll be cool with myself.
You have been in America. You have been in America. You be cool with me myself.
I am telling you, 4 sense of achievement.
You know, American culture, or quote unquote African American or Black American culture, the mindset of many, because again, that's not all, but many definitely are feeling cool with themselves.
Yeah. You know, Black Lives Matter. You know that movement?
Oh, I'm very familiar with it.
And they say, I can't breathe.
Yes.
Okay. I did a write-up that we can't breathe.
In the context of that, what?
In the context of color segmentation,
Okay.
we cannot breathe.
Using the black as the
Even-
color segmentation.
Yes,
Got it.
because the Caucasians even don't know that they can't breathe.
Interesting.
They will only be able to breathe well when brothers can breathe.
Do you think they
If
can?
you sit next to me and you are uncomfortable, either I like it or not, I will be uncomfortable.
Whether you like it or not.
It is natural.
That's true. That's true. Because those who will watch some of the different pieces of content, they'll be feeling a little nervous.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, you got to know my story. If you don't know the story, how can we live and exist? And you're wondering why these people are like this. And
If you see a Caucasian that don't care about it, he sees a European. If you see an African, he's afraid. What is he coming to do?
unless they come to Africa.
Yes.
Unless they come here.
Unless they come here.
It's, you know, it's a little different when they come
Exactly.
here. You know how it
They
is.
then start looking for themselves when they come here.
And they'll find themselves. And
They'll
they
find
find
themselves.
They find
And
themselves.
walk with themselves.
Especially in the East.
Yeah.
In the East.
So what we must do is, as we start this movement, it must be weaved around prosperity.
Understood. As you bring us.
I keep saying, I want to go back to the issue of unity, because you're chasing shadows.
Chasing shadows.
If you're saying, let us be united first. Africa, unite.
So what you're saying is
So
that's not
what-
realistic.
That's not realistic.
Understood.
How?
There's so many different ethnic groups and so many
How?
different perspectives. And
He will tell you, she will tell you, in her local government, in her town, is segmented.
right. So prosperity is the key.
Prosperity is the key. So that, if you put 5 enemies together, put champagne, lobster, calamari, food, and they are celebrating, you see how they live together well. Put 2 brothers together. Leave them with just 1 loaf of bread.
And they'll fight.
In 1 week, they'll become enemies.
Because
You ate more than me. You are an idiot. We will fight.
Yeah, because of the lack.
Because of lack.
But if you have more than enough.
Open up your eyes and see all the fun and mystery. Take an African adventure with Darren and Destiny. From the mountains to the shore, so many things to explore. Take an African adventure with Darren and Destiny.
The Adventures of Darren and Destiny. And Darren and Destiny are twin brother and sister. And you go on their adventures throughout the African diaspora, meaning so African diaspora destinations, primarily focused in Africa, but we go to South America, we're gonna go to the Caribbean. Their first book is going to take you to Ghana. And then we're gonna go on a safari. And from there, we're gonna go to Ethiopia, and then we go to Salvador, Brazil. And what the goal is to be able to inspire curiosity in the continent of Africa in our children from a very young age, and to really tell a more accurate story. Most of our children are exposed to negative images, late night infomercials about how bad things are, everybody's sick, everybody's poor, everyone's uneducated, but that's simply not true. So what Darren and Destiny and their family do is they go to different African destinations. They are learning about these different places. You're beginning to see positive images, but still telling the truth. I mean, that's the important thing, to tell the truth about some of the things that have occurred. But it's all done on a children's level so they begin to understand it. And it begins to pique their curiosity. They begin to learn more. And hopefully one day they will want to explore and visit the continent of Africa and its many countries. There's just so much that Darren and Destiny are able to do, and as they're doing it, it's like they begin to open the minds of a new generation, and they don't get bombarded and indoctrinated with negativity. They're actually able to see positivity and inspiring images and messages about the African diaspora, as well as those who are still indigenous to the continent of Africa, and they begin to learn more and just see things differently. So I'm excited about introducing the Adventures of Darren and Destiny.